Hello everyone, and Happy New Year to everyone out there. I hope your New Year is wonderful. If you're watching this a little before the New Year, I hope your New Year is going to be wonderful. I'm going to switch things up in the New Year. I'm going to start doing videos of just all one video for all signs, because it's a lot less work for me in post-production, number one. I mean, a lot less work. I mean, sometimes I'll spend 10 hours in post-production messing around with these videos, 12 different videos, and coming up with the 12 different things, and by the time I get through all that, I'm exhausted. So it also, people have told me that it makes it easier to find if you just have the one video. So that's the way I'm going to be doing it from now on. What we're going to do is do 4 cards from 2 different decks. Always be my Rock and Roll Tarot deck will be the first deck used, and you can find the description. And then this one is such a cool deck. It's the Wandering Star. It was gifted to me because they said it reminded me of my deck a little, but it's a very cool deck because it has an eye on, both they have eyes on it. We got an eye on you. I got an eye on you. And it also has some text on it. I love this deck, and the author of it, Kat Pierce, is also really cool from what I've seen online. She's also a musician too, so I thought that was neat. And then we'll do the animal totem for each sign as well. And then one more thing I'm going to add, because I have these lots. I have lots of love, lots of proverbs, and lots of answers. This is another thing that I created. And I'm going to pull one of each for each sign also. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the reading. I'm going to do 4 cards from each deck of the tarot cards. And what I want to do, you can think of it as week 1, 2, 3, 4, but I'm not necessarily going to say that that's the be-all and end-all. You know, it's a little bit open to interpretation. As always, I'm Vickie Verlie, the Rock and Roll Prophetess at vickieverlie.com. Don't be fooled by imposters. It's rampant on YouTube. Make sure that you know that you're watching vickieverlie.com, Rock and Roll Prophetess. All right, so we're going to start the month of January off with our Aries friends. Okay, Aries, what's going on for Aries? We're going to pull 4 cards from the Rock and Roll Tarot deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 3 of Swords, Wish card, 6 of Swords, and 9 of Swords. So I'm going to pull them. I know you can't see them. I'm going to get them in order, and we're going to get it together. You're my first, obviously the first sign of the day. Okay, and I'm using the larger deck because I think it's going to show up on camera a little better and you can really see. By the way, let those words and images stand out to you as always, because you could be getting messages from your guides that way. Okay, what is going on? Well, there's do we have 3 or how many do we have? We're going to just pull one more for Aries. And there it is. Okay, let's line these up. And then we're going to get into the reading. Okay, you could look at it as the first week if you want, but it does kind of go beginning to end, but it's not going to be that way in every case. But you do have the 3 of Swords as the first card out. So for some, maybe there was some things going on over the holidays. Emotional, it feels like over the holidays people were just very, very emotional. Emotions were running very, very high. And there was, I was trying to just kind of stay cool and calm and collected as always. But yeah, a lot of people, there might have been, or even some kind of blow up or something like that. In some cases, somebody said something to you and they don't even know that they're oblivious to it, is what I'm getting. They're completely oblivious to it. And I'm going to get my new wand that I also got for holiday. They're oblivious to it, and you're running it around in your head, I think you got to say something to it, because it does look like they're a soulmate over here. You do have the soulmate card. And you do have the Wish card. I mean, you've got some nice cards, but we can't ignore the elephant in the room with all these swords everywhere. There's quite a few sword cards. Sword cards are what the guides are coming through with for you, Aries, is that the sword cards are a gauge. When you're running into swords, you know it's a gauge of the universe trying to steer you in another direction, perhaps. And it does look like for some of you, you will be leaving this behind. It may be hurtful, it may be painful. But there's a shift in energy. A lot of the planets that were retrograde are going to be going direct here in January too. We've got Mars. Mars, your ruler of Aries, is finally going to go direct on the 12th. So that could really make things start moving forward. You have the Knight of Pentacles right by this 2 of Cups energy. So this is a person. There's no gender in these readings, but this would be a person who may be an earth sign, a Taurus, a Capricorn, or Virgo. Or somebody who's around or coming in the time of Capricorn, which would be the earth sign, and that's going to be until, I have to quickly, that's one thing I forgot to write down. I wrote down a bunch of astrology stuff, but I forgot to say, the sun goes into Aquarius on the 20th. Let me make a quick note of that. Sun enters Aquarius on the 20th. So this would probably be coming in before the 20th, this Knight of Pentacles. And this definitely seems as though this would be your soulmate energy here. You've got that soulmate card right by it. You're trying to make a decision. I'm hearing out with the old and in with the new. That's what the guys are coming through with. Wow, Aries. So some of you may be making some hard choices, I'll be honest. Some of you may be making some hard choices. I really want to hone in on this soulmate card here. It's really pulling me in. And I want to read some of the words that she has written. Partnership, harmony, and peace. Yeah, partnership, harmony, and peace. And notice how it aligns up with this. You're moving out of this turbulent water and into this soulmate energy. Don't be afraid to do it. Look at you've got these blindfolds on. Some of you may find out some things. The blinders are coming off. That's what I'm hearing here. The blinders are coming off for Aries. Overall, though, it looks, the wish card is very lovely, and the wish card is also aligned with this Knight of Pentacles. So male or female, this Knight of Pentacles energy may be bringing in this wish card that you're seeking. It definitely seems like it's a soulmate on whatever level. Like if you're in a long-term relationship, then maybe this is just a work relationship. The soulmates come in all forms of different types of relationships. It's not just your love interest, but for some it will be. So speaking of love, let's go ahead and pull one from the Lots of Love first. And all of these are available too through the Game Crafter. Let me pull one Lots of Love for Aries. And I got Warm. So this person would be very warm and loving. I would venture to say. Oh, I forgot your animal totem. I will do that, but since I've already started the lots, let's go ahead and do the lots. This is for your yes, no, or maybe question. So ask your question, and let me pull. This is the lots of answers, and let's see what we get here. It says absolutely, awesome, and then let's go ahead and pull a lots of proverb for like your overall advice, kind of like what's for Aries for January. What do we have here? It says, absence makes the heart grow fonder. See, some of you, this could be too, taking this into account, the absence makes the heart grow fonder. This could be that, maybe you're going to just, some of you may separate and get back together even. It could be like that. Or maybe maybe you're going to go on a trip where they are, and then when you get back, it's all lovey and nice. Hold on 1 second. Rocco, come on. Out of the room now. I'm doing the readings. I don't want to leave without getting your animal totem here, so let's go ahead and get your animal totem for Aries for January. The dog, that's finding your pack. That's finding your pack, that's finding your friends, that's being loyal to the pack. So this, if you are looking for love, or even if you're not, this soulmate could come out of the love, friendship thing, out of a friendship energy. Let's read the dog. Loyal companion, protector, ally, immense capacity for unconditional love, service to the pack, group incarnations. To have friends, you must be a friend. It's interesting to me about this unconditional love, and then we get this warm. So I feel like for those of you who are going to be, getting into a love relationship, I feel like there is going to be a really warm energy, this unconditional love. Maybe they even have a love of dogs, or you might even meet them at the dog park, perhaps, okay? All right, well, let me put these lots away, and we're going to move on to the next sign of Taurus in just 1 second here. I want to make sure I put all the lots back in their correct. These lots are pretty cool. They're pretty fun. I sit around, it's almost like, I sit around and just ask questions and grab them out at random. But I really enjoy them. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to our next sign of Taurus for January. Let's see what we're going to get for our Taurus friends. Taurus, there is some action astrology-wise for you as well, because Uranus, which has been in your sign and has been retrograde, is also going to go direct. And that's going to happen on the 22nd. So that could be a really cool time for you. Things, if you've been stalled, things could really start moving for you around that time. Okay, what's coming up for our Taurus friends for the month of January of 2023? This is for Taurus. Sun, rising moon, or anybody with prominent Taurus in their chart. 4 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, the Strength card, and the World. Okay, let me get these out of the way. And then we will pull them down where you can see them. And then we're going to go ahead and pull some cards from the Wandering Star Tarot, also for our Taurus friends for the month of January. Did one go the wrong way? Let me see here. No, did not. Okay. Taurus, Sun, Rising, and Moon for January of 2023. Sun, Rising, Moon, Taurus. What have we got? I'm hearing like a cheer. What do we got? Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. Feel like a cheer, like So somebody might be involved in some kind of sports things where they might be saying that, you know, what do you got? Blah, blah, blah. Do, like that. What do we want right now? Or, you know, I was never a cheerleader or into, you know, competitive sports much either, so I don't really know any of the words that go along with that. But let's take a look here. You've got this Four of Cups. It looks like somebody could really be offering you a cool job opportunity for some. Some people might be getting offered something that they want to pay you to buy something off you. You might be selling something. Looks like the news is coming in the time of Pentacles, which is Earth, like you. So we're going to be in Capricorn, your fellow Earth sign, until the 20th, and then we move into Aquarius. So it could be coming in really, really close. Eight of Pentacles, it really could be tied into things that you love doing. If you're, whatever you're, I think bees are going to be prevalent for a lot of people in this. Some of you may be doing, maybe you're a beekeeper, but I'm also picking up like beeswax candles. Beeswax, I use it for thread. You know, you do through the thread in the beeswax, or honey, or, you know, artisanal honey. Somebody's going to be doing something like that. I could totally see Tauruses doing something like that, because you're in gardening and food. That's like right up in your wheelhouse. Page of Pentacles, somebody's going to come in and offer you some money. And to me, because you've got the World over here, it feels like they could really help you take it to the next level. It's saying, hang in there, have strength and patience. With Taurus, you have so much strength and patience. You're a very strong and patient person anyway, because the Wheel of Fortune is here, and your fate and destiny is coming forth. But also, it talks about, the wheel talks about timing. And I've got this 8 here. So it might, for some of you, it might be on the 8th. Let me just see if these new and full moons. There's going to be a full moon in Cancer on the 6th. I'm drawn to speak of that. Maybe something around the 6th of that full moon in your sister, your sextile sister sign of Cancer. It could be good. It may be a lot of work, but because this is talking about this 10 of Rods, a lot of work, or you may be a little bit overwhelmed. It may seem like a lot with this world energy. Well, it is a lot, you know, but it's also with this Wheel of Fortune. And I also want to tell you, if this is your concern that, oh, it's going to be so much work, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get it done, I feel like it's going to give you a very nice foundation, number one, and I feel like, number two, that it's worth it. Once you get this feels like you're just getting things rolling here, and once you get things rolling, then they're saying it's going to run like clockwork. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and pull some lots for our Taurus friends. First, we're going to pull lots of love for your love message. So think about your love question that you may have. And let's pull one. I mean, if you want to play around with these lots, if you decide you want to purchase them, you don't have to just pull one. A lot of times I'll grab, because they're casting lots, I'll grab a handful and just throw them. But for this purpose, we're just going to do one. Okay. So one for Taurus. We've got converse. So you need to keep the lines of communication open. You need conversation. This is going to be your yes, no, maybe question. Ask that as I pull from the lots of answers. You've got assumably. So that's kind of a maybe. And then finally, I forgot the Anatole again. I keep forgetting to do that. We'll do it though. I need to put them over here so I don't forget. We'll do it before I stop. And then the last thing is just a proverb that just kind of has some answers, or just some kind of a message for you. I thought I felt something in there. Ooh, that was weird. Okay, let's see. For Taurus. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Well, that's a good message for everybody, I would say. Let's get your animal totem. I keep jumping to the lots and skipping over the animal totem, but let's see here. I see us here, U.S., us, or maybe it's U.S., like in the United States. So if you're not in the, maybe this world could be saying outside the United States, or if you already are outside the United States, it might be talking about, U.S. as the inside the U.S., or doing business with, or traveling there, or something with that world energy. Opening up to a worldwide market for some people. Okay, let's go ahead and get the animal totem for Taurus peeps. Oh, I got two, so I'm going to put them back. Make sure I just get one. The camel. The camel, see that the camel goes very well. It pairs very well here with this 10 of rods, I would say, because the camel, 10 of rods is like carrying this heavy load and carrying this heavy load, but it's not forever. You know, let's read what she wrote. Burden demands overload. Yeah, it can be that, but if you look at the 10 of wands in the traditional Waite Smith deck, you can see that he's on. I don't know if it's in this one, but one of the decks I used. Let me just double check. Yeah. I just saw it. Yeah, he's on the road, but his goal is within reach. He's going to make it there. You're going to make it there. It's just a lot of work at the onset here. So let's read what the camel. Dragon of the desert, wayfaring soul, sure-footedness amidst the shifting sands. That one's a tongue twister. Sure-footedness amidst the shifting sand. Overcoming insurmountable odds, preparing for the journey ahead. Yeah, and I don't think that you know, I think this is just, with the wheel, I feel like it's just happening. I don't see you backing out of this. I don't see you backing out of it because I feel like you could also be making quite a nice, tidy sum. That's what the guides are coming through it. You could be collecting a tidy sum, Taurus. If I was going to do a headline, that would be your headline. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to move on to the next sign of Gemini as soon as I put these lots away and put the cards back in the deck. Let's get our rock and roll tarot deck. Now, Gemini, there's something going on for you too. That Mars that's been retrograde for all this time, since last year, it's going to go direct, and it's been in your sign. So anybody, but you and Aries are going to really feel this shift of Mars going direct the most. And Mars is going to direct again on the 12th. So this is going to be a big time for you as far as getting things moving. You know, things are going to start moving again. Things that have been stalled or you know, you've been frustrated over, or you just feel like you just really can't get it moving, it's going to start moving. So what's going on for our Gemini friends for the month of January of 2023? January sun sign, not January sun sign, Gemini sun sign, rising sign moon, or anybody with Gemini, prominent Gemini in their chart. Take a look. Okay, there's your first 4 cards here. I want to just make a tick mark that we're on Gemini in case I lose my place. And then let's grab the other deck, the Wandering Star, and let's do some shuffle on that for our, I really like this deck. Somebody gave it to me and said it reminded me of my deck, and I can see it. And it looks good with my deck. It pairs well. And it's very colorful, and, you know, it's got words on it too, and it's got an eyeball on the back too. So there are some similarities. It's you know, she did hand draw every bit of it. Well, I hand draw every bit of mine, believe it or not. I went over and cleaned up all the drawings and whatnot. But back to you, Gemini. January 2023 for Gemini. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the first one we have here is the Page of Pentacles. Again, that was in one of the other readings. Then we've got the Mother Star. She puts a couple extra cards in here that she drew as well. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. And then finally, we have the Eight of Swords. Okay, this Mother Star, this is a different, but it's a yes. It says yes on it. So it's definitely a yes answer. I couldn't see the book because it was so tiny, but I took pictures of it. Here, I have it right here. The path that has led you to where you turn. Oops, I don't want you to see what's going on. Well, I don't care if you see it or not. Somebody just ordered a reading. I got a notification. The path that has led you to where you are today has been full of twists and turns. There may have been times when you doubted yourself or lost faith in your guides. The Mother Star's appearance means that you are coming back to a place where you can look back and see every setback served a purpose and every failure taught you a much-needed lesson. I'll just leave it at that. But right away, we could see, you know, looking back, Mars out. Mars, my neck. Mars retrograde. You know, we've been in this Mars retrograde. It's been in your sign. And Gemini and Aries both, you know, you guys are the goers, the doers. You talk, you go, you do. You know, you're very much action-oriented. That's just in your nature. And to be stalled or halted all this time, things are really going to start moving up. We can't overlook, though, that you do have the Eight of Swords twice. You have it in the top and in the bottom as well. Eight of Swords, it's worry and doubt, but it's only your own worry and doubt. It's not, it's based, because they have the blindfold on here. So they're in their own worry and doubt. They're in their own, don't be stressed out. I mean, that Mars can do that to you too. Mars can, if you got a heavy aspect to a Mars or it's in your sign, it can make you a little, you know, give you a little anxiety or give you a little jittery and stuff like that. So you got to use up that energy, burn it up, you know, move around, make that energy. Let's read what she put on the words for it. She put frustration, anxiety, trapped, frustration, anxiety, trapped. Yeah, you can feel that way, but it's an illusion, because when you, in both cases, in all cases, on the Eight of Swords, when they take off the blindfold, they can see that they're not really in the trap. They are free to go, but it seems that way in your own head, you know. And that's you, Geminis. You can get in your own head, so you got to, you know, be a little aware of that. I love this yes and this Mother Star. And if any of you, it's lining up with this money card up here of the Ace of Pentacles. So if any of you are looking out for a some kind of new job or some kind of new money, investment, anything along those lines, you're getting a big yes. And I feel, I want to read her like some kind of spirit guide, almost, because the Mother Star, almost like the star energy, almost like an additional, you know, major arcana, which I think that's how she's meant to be represented. I love that the cat has the butterfly on it. That's coming into this full bloom and this full blossoming. Page of Pentacles, news about money's coming right in the beginning of the month while we're still in Capricorn until the 20th. So it could be really good news. You've got a Queen of Pentacles here too, Page and Queen of Pentacles. So these are court cards talking about earth sign people. Earth signs being the Tauruses, the Capricorns, the Virgos. But they're also the money people, the Pentacles. They got Pentacles. So it's going to be a big month of putting some money together, putting some kind of a deal together, I'm hearing. And that's so Gemini. You know, you guys are you're always the salesman and putting a deal together, and you know, you're always doing those kinds of things. So I could totally see that for you. You have to notice too, we've got the two aces. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, but also the Ace of Swords. And I feel like this Ace of Swords is coming by and cutting these binds off, these ties that bind you, and really setting you free. And you've got this higher spiritual energy, and it really looks like a good month. And it feels like a good month for you too, because you know, the Mars going direct. You guys will definitely feel it this month. It's not till the 22nd, so you got a little bit of a wait. But, you know what, I'm looking here, and a gig really caught my eye. And by the way, let that happen as well. Any colors, shape, words that catch your eye, definitely pay attention to that, because that is how you can get, I didn't realize I didn't have my crystals out. That's how you can get a personal message. But let's go ahead and get your animal totem here for our Gemini friends for the month of January of 2023. This is for our Gemini friends, and we've got the Dragonfly. That's a very high magical, mystical card. When I said that, I heard the Magical Mystery Tour. Roll up, the Magical Mystery Tour is coming to take you away. Yeah, it's like bordering on different dimensions. You know, your guides are really close now. Your guides are really close, and there can be a lot of co-creation here. I'm getting that off this card. Even though it's Two of Pentacles, it's reminding me of temperance, or the collaboration. Collaboration is very strong. Inhabiting two worlds at once, air and water, day and night. Multidimensional travelers bring healing and light. Protectors of the realm, lifting the veil of consciousnness. Wow, yeah, it's deep. All right, let's go ahead and move on. We're going to pull you each one of my lots, starting with the lots of love. So think about your love question, and these give insights into love and relationship. As I say in the other readings, you know, I'll grab a handful or a few, but for this I'm going to just grab one for Gemini. Action. Well, that's what I've been saying. You know, you got to take action in love or otherwise. That Mars is, you know, it's like, you know, when they're showing me like when a car where they're burning rubber, where they're putting on the gas and then the brakes on, and it's like, that's you, Gemini. And you rule cars too. You rule cars and transportation. Okay, this one is your yes, no, maybe. Lots of answers. It's called Lots of Answers. So ask your question for Gemini, and we've got unsure. So that's a maybe. And then finally, we're going to pull your proverb. That's just some overall, like, kind of spiritual advice or something along those lines. I don't know what my dog's crying about. But Gemini. Still waters run deep. Well, you know, taking that into consideration, well, it could be this one too. When I looked down, that Queen of Pentacles really grabbed me. By the way, there's no gender in these readings, so the Queen of Pentacles does not necessarily have to be a female. It could be anybody. But this still waters run deep. That could also be like there could have been some deep revelations that happened during this whole time frame when the Mars was retrograde in your sign. But yeah, things are really moving forward for you this month, finally, Gemini, and that's where you like to be. Here's the other thing I forgot to mention. Mercury, which is your ruling planet, has been retrograde, and that's also going direct on the 18th. Not in your sign, but still. So Mars in your sign goes direct on the 12th. And then Mercury, your ruling planet, goes direct on the 18th. So right in that time frame, as we get to that 12th to 18th, then there's, you know, I'm seeing all the smoke coming out when you're holding down the gas and the brake together, and then, you're just gonna take off, Gemini. I just heard, take off, to the great white north. Whatever, that's not quite right. But it was an old song. Take off to the old great white north. It's an old song from maybe the 80s or something. But maybe some of you will be heading north or going skiing. You know, it may apply to somebody out there. All right, we're going to go ahead and gather these up, and we're going to move on to the next sign of Cancer. I just want to put a little tick mark by Cancer. I want to let the Cancers know while I'm gathering up the cards that this is a big month for you, because we're going to have your full moon in your sign right at the beginning of the month on the 6th. So this is always powerful. When you get that new or full moons in your sign, you get one a year. You get one new moon a year, and you get one full moon a year. So you're going to have your annual full moon right off the get-go, right out of the gate, and that's going to be on the 6th of January. So right away you're going to have this full moon. Now the full moon brings things to culminations. But the full moon will also shine a light on things. You can shine a light. I'm hearing some song about shine a light. I lost it. There was some song about shine a light that was coming through. So maybe that's, going to be pretty prominent for you. So shine a light, things coming to culmination. People are going to notice you during this time frame. What are the cards for Cancer for January of 2023? People will notice you. This is your time kind of in the spotlight even. Other than it's your opposite sign, but you're full moon. So they're going to notice you. The spotlight will be on you. People will notice you. I'm picking up really strong that you could hear from somebody that you haven't heard from in a long time. You could call them or text them or whatever through social media, but I feel like if you could do on that full moon, if you just send out the vibes, like just think of them and really send out those vibes, I feel like they will feel it, they will pick it up, and there will be an opportunity to reconnect for many of you Cancerians. Okay, what's up for Cancers for the month of January of 2023 for Cancer, Sun sign, rising sign, moon, or anybody who has prominent Cancer in their chart? Got 1, 2, 3, and 4 piles. First card we have is the 3 of Wands. Ships are coming in. Then we have the 9 of Swords, being a little upset, worried. And then we have the Strength card. And then finally we have the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, you got to kind of try to watch this, Cancer. I know your moods change and things change. But you have a couple cards down here, and even these, indicating that you might be overloading yourself. You might be getting, your moods change every few days, what the moon does. But here, you've got here this 5 of Pentacles, which is feeling, unworthy or uncertain, and this is the worry card. And then you've got this other card here of depression. I'm just doing the bad one, not bad, but some of them first, but there's beautiful cards here too, especially that you are showing up in the position of the king. Now, there's no gender in these readings, so it could be anybody, but the king is somebody who's further along on their path, who is more enlightened, is what the guides want to use. And what I'm hearing is you've seen it all. You've seen it all. There's somebody standing right next to you, this Knight of Rods here. They're all fired up. They're very fiery. They've got a lot of energy. And I think that they're just raring to go. It's like the horse at the gates. They're just raring to go. They're chomping at the bit. That's what the guide said. Yeah, they're chomping at the bit. And you're the one who's over here like, let's just slow down. Let's just wait. All is not lost, though. That's another thing that the guides are coming through with, is all is not lost. There's still, take your time. Take your time. You've been in a healing. You've done a lot of growth. A lot of things of growth over the past year. You want to look at the past year from your last full moon, which is always going to be in the time of Capricorn. I don't have it in front of me when it was last year in 2022. But things are starting to happen. The only thing you have to worry about is your own self-doubt and your own self-thoughts, because your ships are coming in here. This is beautiful, beautiful energy. This is major success. Your ships are coming in. Things are going to be happening positive for you. I want to read the words that she's written here. Action, adventure, luck. Action, adventure, luck. Yes, I agree with all of that. So action, adventure, luck, positive things. Things are going to start really moving. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't get yourself in a funk, and because you've made some progress. You can get past that. When you were younger, maybe because you're so That's why you have that shell, because Cancers are very intuitive, very spiritual, and sometimes you need that shell to kind of, because of all the input, you know, I'm hearing toxic input. That's what I actually heard. The Strength card is there to have, that's saying to have strength and have patience, but the Strength card is also saying that you do have the strength, especially paired with this King of Cups. I feel like that's exactly what it's saying. You do have the strength and wherewithal to do this. Maybe this, I'm hearing excitable boy, they all said. Excitable boy. Could be a female, but I'm hearing that song, Excitable Boy. I think it's Warren Zevon. Yeah, so you're dealing with this excitable boy that wants to run all over the place. This reminds me of, I mean, I'm not calling him a dog, but it reminds me of when you're walking a dog that's not trained and how they're pulling you along on the leash, you know, and it's just like you got to rein it in a little bit. Take the position of the king, take the position of the wise elder, because in this situation, I'd say you definitely are. And, you know, just take it slow. Don't doubt yourself. You're strong. You're good. You've got the success card here. You can do this, Cancer. You can do it. Okay, let's go ahead and get the animal totem for our Cancer friends for January of 23. The opossum. The opossum is this major high spiritual card. It's one of my totems I've had for years. I never really realized. I used to see it and go, get out of my yard, and yell at it and stuff when I see them. There's been some living in my garage, I think, for years, you know. I see them all the time. And many generations I see, well, my dog sometimes gets a hold of them. They've got some little, the babies are like fuzzy white, and then the big ones, you know. But they're very high spiritual cards. So there's this high spiritual energy around you as that king. You step into that power of the King of Cups. Let's read it. Dreamer of dreams, seer of visions, pause, create space for enlightenment. Breathe. Keep your plans and ideas private until you know who to trust. Oh, not till you know who to trust. That's from another card. Doesn't say that here, but I added that in. So there could be a little bit of, you know, maybe you want to hold off on this young buck over here, telling him everything, because maybe you want to keep it private for a minute. You know when to assert yourself and when to play dead. Okay. You're going to be asserting this King of Cups is telling me that you're going to be asserting yourself, but not in a forceful way, in a way of taking charge of the energy, taking charge of the room, and staying in that calm and staying in that leadership role for you guys. That's really what I'm getting. Okay, let's do your lots. First, we're going to pull one from the lots of love. As I told everybody else, a lot of times I'll pull 3 or 4 when I'm sitting here playing around with my lots on my own. And they are fun to play with. You can just ask questions and dig in the bag and pull something out. But this is for our Cancer friends for January of 23. It says casual as far as love goes. So some of you are looking for love. If you're looking for serious love, it might be more of a casual relationship. Secondly, I'm going to pull your yes, no, maybe from the lots of answers. Well, there's more than yes, no, maybe. There's many of them. How many do I have? I have it written down somewhere. Ask your question. This is for Cancer for January. You've got yes, so it's clearly. So that's a yes. And then, finally, we're going to pull your proverb, which is just a little, you know, tidbit of information or something that, you know, a little bit of inspiration or information for our Cancers. I'm going to pull just one I got here. Better safe than sorry. Okay? All right, Cancers. Well, it's looking really good. Your full moon is here. Make your list of what you want to release, because this is going to also be a very powerful time of releasing. That's another thing that your full moon absolutely is. And you, of all people, because you're ruled by the moon, you Cancers, you are ruled by the moon. So you really do feel these, you know, that's your ruling luminary. So you really do feel these events, these lunar events, probably more than anybody, every month. Okay, let's move over. Now I'm going to put a little tick mark by Leo, because that's the sign we're going to do next. Okay, Leos, let me get a shuffle going for you. This is for Leo sun sign, Leo rising sign, or Leo moon, or anybody who has prominent Leo in their chart. This is for the month of January of 2023. And here we go. Okay, we've got the Six of Swords, excuse me. We've got the King of Pentacles, followed by the Ace of Pentacles, and finally the Knight of Swords. Okay, let's move these aside. And I actually need to get a quick drink of water before we put the next 4 out here. I'll pull them down. I know they're off camera. Give me a sec. Okay, let's pull them down where you can see them better. Okay, and let's start to shuffle for our Leos again for the month of January, February. I'm so used to doing year ends, January, February, March. It's just for January. Just for January for our Leos. What is going on for our Leos? January. Leo Sun, Rising, Moon, or anybody who has prominent Leo in their chart anywhere. First card that we have is the Queen of Wands. That is your card. That is you, whether you're male or female. Next we have the Nine of Swords. That was out before for somebody else. Next we have the Ten of Cups. Beautiful energy of love and happiness. And finally we have the Knight of Wands. That could also be you. Yes, so you've got this fire energy showing up around you. What's happening with the fire? Let me see here. Well, Mars is going direct. That's going to affect everybody. Mars is going direct in the 12th. It's not in your sign, but it's in the your fellow fire sign of Aries. So that could be talking about this time frame. You're ready to move on, and some of you absolutely could be starting some kind of new job, or somebody's offering you some money. It looks like it's going to span from Capricorn time, so that's up from the 1st to the 20th, into the air sign energy of Aquarius. We've got the air sign stuff showing over here. So it's just going to be an all month long thing that we're going to be dealing with. You may even be having to do some traveling to go. I definitely pick up for somebody, you're going to have to go travel to do some kind of a face-to-face interview, that they want to meet you face-to-face. Or maybe you're just going there because somebody's going to be relocating for a job. I'm definitely picking that up for some Leo out there, or maybe several. And you might be going, it feels like we're going back and forth. Like we're going there for the interview, and then we're going there to look at the place, look at kind of housing and, different things like that, back and forth, back and forth. And some of you actually may be going on tour. I know, again, a lot of Leos are performers. I mean, I always said, my best front people when I've been in bands, if I want a front man or front woman, those Leos, they're the ones, because you're right out there. You're the showman. You're the showman of the zodiac. I just heard showstopper. Okay, showstopper, the guide said. It looks like this is a very well established thing, though. Whatever it is, it's pretty stable. It's pretty solid, and it's definitely well established. And I do feel like they're going to make you the offer. Some of you had some kind of other offer. It might be selling a house or selling some kind of property. Queen of Wands down here. This is you. You're so, because you could be the knight or you could be the queen. There's no gender in these readings, anybody. But when you get the two of the same suit, this is your family, and the family's showing up here. I love this depiction of her Ten of Cups depiction very much so. Instead of a man, woman, and child, because that was me raising 2 daughters. This card totally reminds me of me and my 2 daughters. Usually it's the 3 of Cups when for me and my daughters, but this one reminds me of them so much. Because not all families are traditional. Sometimes there's many single parents out there. When I was raising my kids, I knew a lot of other girls who were raising kids on their own. But anyways, so these are your people. You're worried, you're stressed, and it's saying also, if you are worried and stressed, you don't have to keep it to yourself. Reach out to your people. If this is you, this is your other, either or, it doesn't matter. And I like the knight. She's is represented as a female too. I like that she's not so dead set on the gender in this deck either. I really like this deck a lot. Anyway, so reach out to people. You have help available. There's I don't know why. I mean, this looks beautiful, but there's something going on with you. Some of you Leos here. You are still worrying. You are still stressing. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your tribe. Enjoy your people. Have the fun. Get out there and connect. Well, Leos, I mean, you usually are. That's your jam. You're all about connecting. You're very good at it. You're very sociable. Very gregarious. But you've got the Ten of Cups, and you've got this. You're going to get the gig, and you've got this Ten of Cups surrounding with happiness and things. So don't get in that worry zone here. Don't keep yourself up at night. Just the guys are saying, eye on the prize, eye on the prize. Keep yourself focused and your eye on the prize. Okay, let's get to Animal Totem for Leo. For January, got the spider. Spider is weaving your web. It could be writing, too. Some of you might be writing. Somebody might be going on a book tour, even, if you're a writer. Planning a book tour. Or planning a speaking engagements or something like that, with this. they're saying somebody's first. I'm hearing that you're going to play the big house. So whatever the big house means to somebody out there, that they were definitely coming through with that. And it's not jail. Well, maybe Johnny Cash used to go play jails, right? Or Folsom Prison. That's his famous album he recorded there. But let's read this. This is Wheel of Fortune, but this is also writing and creating your reality. So you can't try not to drop down into that place over here. Weaver of fate, creator of life, patient builder of sacred geometry, transcending time and space, all are joined in the wheel of life. Yeah, that last line about all are joined in the wheel of life, yeah, definitely that's talking about these people. This is your tribe, your family, your fated connection, your soulmate connections. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to pull you each a lot from each of my lots. First one is the Lots of Love. And, you know, if you want to get these for yourself, you don't have to just pull one. I always grab a handful when I'm playing with my lots. But these are questions and stuff regarding love. So let's, for Leo. It says stability. So you have stability. That's what this Ten of Cups is showing us too. You definitely have stability. Now next, this is it's the lots of answers. It's almost kind of like a magic 8-ball. There's all kinds of yes, no, and everything in between. So ask your question, and I'll pull one. Lots of answers. Affirmative. You got a yes. So that's good. Well, maybe, unless you were, it depends on what you were asking, I guess. And then finally, we're going to pull your lots of proverbs, which are just basic proverbs and sayings and little advice. Let's see what we got here. What goes up must come down. That's so true. Yeah, I feel like that might be just telling you that, you know, life works in the wheel. Talks about that too. Of you know, life, it's up, it's down, all around. I don't know, but there's some song that's trying to come through about up, down, all around. I'm not quite getting it though. Yeah, so you've got family, love, you've got the prosperity. It really does look like a really great month. Don't let your worried mind take over there, Leo. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put these away, and we're going to move on to the next sign. And that is going to, of course, be Virgo. Let me put a tick mark to let myself keep track of things. Move the animal totem. I usually just do, whenever I pull an animal totem, I put it aside because then nobody gets the same card, you know. I take it out of the deck once it's been pulled once. That's only for the animal totem, nothing else. Okay, so let's get started on our reading for Virgo. I just need to get a quick sip of water, Virgo. Thank you. I just said thank you very much. What is that? It's some old song. It goes, thank you very much. Really low voice. I thought it was ZZ Top for a minute, but I don't think so. If anybody knows, you can leave it in the comments. This is for Virgo. Thank you very much. A little pieces coming off the card. Let me get rid of that. Okay, this is for Virgo Sun, Rising, and Moon for January of 23. We're going to do 4 cards. 1, 2. Boy, this 8 of Swords has been out. That was number 2. A lot in everybody's readings so far. And then 4. I'm just pulling down where you can really see them well. Okay. And then let's go over here and get your 4 cards from your the second deck, the Wandering Star. If you are interested in any of this stuff, you can find links in the description of the video of any of the stuff that I offer. Okay, this is for Virgo, Sun, Rising, Moon. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we've got the 5 of Swords, followed by the 2 of Wands, followed by the Queen of Wands, and then finally the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, Virgo likes to see that 6 of Pentacles, I know. Alright, well, 8 of Swords, you know, and even 5 of Swords. There's some little bit of, you know, coming out of some stress. Looks like some stress and worry, but things are really going to start moving. Yeah, Mercury's going to go direct, which is Mercury rules your sign as well, Virgo. And that's going to happen on the 18th. We're going to have Mercury go direct, and it's been in a Capricorn, so it's been in a fellow Earth sign. So you probably have felt that, and it is your ruling planet after all. And then, there's 3 planets that are going direct, including Mars, Mercury, and Uranus. So maybe it's just that you felt getting a little stressed out, getting a little bit, worried, or going through some kind of, disagreement with somebody. But things are going to really start getting moving. I love that this thing is pointing, because this is your card. There's no gender in these readings, so whether you're male or female, this is you. Okay, and the arrows are pointing right smack dab at you. So something good is coming your way. Things are going to start moving. I'm seeing go, go, go. I also love the Fool being here, because if you're not familiar with tarot, we must know that the Fool is not foolish, not in the least. The Fool is new, bright. He's not bound by anything. He's open totally, and he's ready to take that leap, ready to take that next jump into tomorrow is what I'm hearing. You've got the 2 of Wands here, so you do have a plan. I'm hearing something about something in the plan, in the land, in the man, in the water. Or I'm not quite getting it right, but there's an old song, something about a man with a plan. I'm not quite getting it right. Here it says plans, partnerships, influence. Okay, so some of you might be becoming influencers, but really, to me, this is my card of you see the direction to go, and you're right with the universe. The universe has got your back. You finally have found your true north. You're finally going in the right direction. I love that it lines up with the 8 of Rods. 8 of Rods is also pointing at the Queen of Rods, so there could be a fire sign person who is instrumental or important in this whole thing, whatever's coming up for you this month, or this whole thing that you're launching. I really want to say launching. If you are planning on launching something, wait till that Mercury goes direct till after the 18th, okay? 6 of Pentacles, you're going to get paid for it. So it's not just, the guys are saying it's not just willy-nilly. That's never a term that I would use. But the guys are coming through it. It's not just willy-nilly. Isn't there some other song about Willie? What are they trying to tell me? Little Willie, Willie won't go home, and you can't push Willie round. Willie won't go. I'm telling everybody now. No. I went off a little. Little Willie, Willie won't go home. Maybe Willie's finally going to go home. I don't know. Maybe that's specific for somebody. That song came out, though, definitely. But it looks like money. I know, Virgo, you want to know about the money, and it's coming. You're going to get that 6 of Pentacles. That 6 is standing out to me, and it might even be, we do have a full moon on the 6th of the month. There's a 6 there that really grabbed me. So I feel like maybe around that full moon for some of you, or maybe even the next day or 2 days even, at when we get the fire, because that'll be the full moon in Cancer on the 6th, and then a couple days later, then the moon will move into Leo, into fire energy. But yeah, you're going to get that payout. That's what I'm hearing for some of you too. You're going to get that payout. Okay, let's get the animal totem for our Leo friends. Oh, am I calling you Leo? Oh, we're doing Virgo. I know it's Virgo. You know why I was calling you Leo? Because of the Queen of Rods. But it's you, Virgo. I'm sorry. Disregard that. Don't have to flood the comments with that. It's a mistake. People make mistakes. But here's another thing I want to say, because I accidentally, there's no accidents really, but I kept saying Leo, Leo and everything. Maybe this person that you're dealing with, the fire sign energy, the Queen of Rods, maybe they are a Leo. For some people out there, I think that's going to be the case. This is your reading, Virgo, all the way. When I was shuffling and doing the cards, we were doing for Virgo, so it's just a mistake. Slip of the tongue. Happens to everybody. Okay, let's get that animal totem for Virgo. For January. Almost said April. The sheep. The sheep is about being really gentle. And that's I could see, the sheep being one of your overall animal totems anyway, because, Virgo, I love my Virgos, I do. I get along with Virgos great, always have. And you do have kind of a gentle nature. Really, Virgos are pretty gentle people, Lamb of God, take away the sins of the world. Sacrifice, vulnerable. I heard sacrifice. That's a lot of times Virgo can be that way too. Vulnerability, innocence, humility. Definitely humility. That's Virgo as well. Stillness, peace, quiet, pastoral life. Prophetic dreams uncover ancient knowledge. Ooh, I like that too. Yeah, open up to the magic of life is what the guides just came through with for you as like the final thing here. Open up for that magic in life. This thing about this prophetic dreams, I think that is going to be happening, and I think especially right around that the 6th of the month on that full moon, you could absolutely ask for a dream. Ask for a dream or ask for an answer before you go to sleep at that time frame, around that time. Even the 6th, 7th, and 8th as we move into the next part of the Leo's thing here. Okay, so we're going to pull lots from each of my lots that I have. Lots of love, lots of proverbs, and lots of answers. First, the lots of love for Virgo. What do we got here? Socialize. Yeah, that Virgos, you guys can be a little bit of homebodies. So get out and socialize. You may need to do that in order to connect with these people here. Okay, the next one is going to be your lots of answers. It's kind of, there's a lot of them. It's like yes, no, and everything in between. Almost similar to a Magic 8-Ball, but with different terms. Okay. Ask your question for Virgo. Clearly. That's the second time that one's been out. There's a lot of them. So I don't know how many. I should need to find that page with how many each thing is. I do have it here. Okay, so the lots of love, there's 80 of them. The lots of answers and the lots of proverbs, there's 40 of them. So that one's been out twice. So people are going to see things clearly, I think, with this new things going direct and then the full moon as well. Let's see here. Last one is just a proverb to give you an answer or some kind of little bit of wisdom. It's never too late to be what you might have been. Ooh, that's a really good one. That's a really good one. Because a lot of times around the new year, people are thinking they're assessing their lives or they're feeling it's another year older. And, you know, you're feeling another year older. Da, 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 da. So this is Christmas. That song always makes me cry because it reminds me of my brother for some reason. So This Is Christmas by John Lennon. That was the song that just came through. I remember not like a few years after my brother died, not long. It's been a long time now, but I remember that song came on in the grocery store, and I breaking down crying in the grocery store. It came on the music. So it may be for some of you, if you have a brother or somebody who's passed on, it could be them coming through. But I love this message. It's never too late to be what you might have been. With that fool, dream that dream, Virgo. You know, take that leap. Make things happen. Take that chance. Take that leap. All right, Virgos, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check your rising, sun, rising, and moon sign for this whole video. It'll be nice and easy to find. You won't have to go hunting all over the place for them because it's all in one video. Let me know. I think this is a better format, but you guys can let me know in the comments what everybody thinks. But in the meantime, we're going to move on to Libra. Let me make my little tick mark for Libra. And let's get to shuffling on our Libra friends for the month of January. For Libra, for January 2023, Libra. This is going to be for Libra sun sign, rising, or moon. And anybody who has prominent Libra in their chart, actually, so anywhere. Libra. Okay, let's go for 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we've got Ace of Pentacles, King of Cups, Page of Cups, and 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Wow. Looks like definitely some money coming your way, Virgo. I'm calling you Virgo. I know it's not Virgo. It's Libra. I know this. Okay, Libra. Oh, your first card just wanted to flip right out there, and it's Death. Let's get our 4 cards for our Libra friends. This is for Libra sun, rising, moon. Anybody who has prominent Libra in their chart. I wasn't planning on reading Let Them Fly this way, but it seems like they want to. And this is for January of 2022. 2 more cards for Libra. Well, this one just fly right out of there. And we're going to cut for the last one. And you've got the 10 of Pentacles twice. Libra, you got the 10 of Pentacles twice. And this is, you're the 7th sign. This has not been out yet. So you got it twice. Libras are coming into some money. It sure looks like it. I mean, I hate to say it because the Death card is here. For some people out there, there may be some sort of an inheritance. Could be. One second, let me drink water. Because that's another thing that the 10 of Pentacles can show us. It's money passed down the family and stuff like that. But with all this other stuff, for most people, I would say that's not going to be the case here. Somebody it is, and it's somebody, they have their little cat too. It's somebody who's an elderly person who passed, and they have their little cat. That's an owl. It's not even a cat. See, they showed me a cat. There's somebody who has maybe even a little white cat, and there is somebody who passed like that. Or maybe they're with their little white cat or white dog perhaps, but they really, it's an owl, clearly. I can see that it's an owl, but I saw it as a cat. So back to this, but look at, you know, there's somebody making you some kind of offers here. Offers are coming to the left and right. From the left and the right, they're saying, this water sign energy is probably the one that you want to go with here. The water sign would be a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or, you know, there could be some astrology association. And by the way, we will be having a full moon in the sign of Cancer on the 6th. So this could be around the 6th here that you get these offers. I think there's going to be more than one offer. For some of you, this could be property, and they might be competing. I'm hearing competing offers. So I don't know if it could be, this could be property, but the psychic message was competing offers. So that could apply to several, you know, different things there, you know. But looks good. Money is absolutely coming. It's all over the place here. It may be for a, you know, big change. Death flew out of the deck. So something's gonna, well, that's just how it goes, right? When, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone. But anyways, in order to have a new beginning, there always has to be something left behind. It's death and rebirth. It's a never-ending cycle. The Emperor, I feel like this King of, now there's no gender, so this could be a woman, and the Emperor could be a woman too, but the Emperor is somebody in a position of authority. And even look at the way this card like points right up at this King of Cups. You know, this is the same person. They're making offers. They're a mover and a shaker. They're making offers. Somebody out there, there are people competing over your property, and there's somebody who just fell in love with it, and they are not gonna, you know, you might just luck out. There's some charm or some kind of sentimental thing that they're attached to, and they're not gonna let it go. So I'm seeing the bids are going up and up. Maybe it's not a property. It could be something else. Yeah, I've seen that happen on eBay, just some strange things. I remember my mom, when I was cleaning out all the stuff at my parents' bar and I had this mahjong set I had, and these people were going crazy. These bidders were just going crazy. There was two that ended up, you'll see that on eBay a lot. I don't do much eBaying anymore, but I used to. Years ago when my family's bar closed, I was selling a lot of stuff on eBay and Craigslist and stuff, but that's what this feels like. Two people want the same thing, and I didn't address the Three of Wands, but that's like your ships are coming in, and it's surrounded by money. I mean, money everywhere. Libras, what's going on with you guys? I'm not even sure myself, but don't question. It's not for us to ask. Just say thank you. You know, thank you, universe. Don't always have to figure out why. A lot of times it's better not to even ask why or try to figure out why. Just trust. Just go with that universe. Okay. Yes, somebody, I'm looking down here, and this is the other Three of Rods, your ships are coming in, but somebody's looking at it from far away. Or they like the view, or somebody's, they're looking at it from far away, I feel. Like they're in another town or another city, but they don't care, they're going to drive there to get it, they don't, or they want it that bad, they'll pay any amount of shipping or whatever it takes. You know, somebody's out of town or even out of the country for some people, I feel. Okay, let's go ahead and get your animal totem for our Libra. The beaver. Beavers are building up, home builders too, so it could be, again, this home thing. Some of you are selling homes or buying homes or something, and there's multiple offers. Builder, dreamer, familiar friend, dweller of land and water, afoot in two worlds. And there's two things going on here. Your diligence can change the flow of the river, be the architect of your life. Wow. Yeah, I mean, there's something. You're building, whatever's going on here, either you're going to build a house or maybe you're going to get this money and then you're going to have this solid foundation. You're going to build this new life for yourself even, okay? Let's move over and get your lots. We're going to start with the lots of love. I'm just going to pull one lot per, I have the lots of love, the lots of answers, and the lots of proverbs. When I play with these on my own, I usually pull a few, then throw them. They're casting lots, so you just toss them, you know. But let's get your lots of love answer here first. It says attached. So some of you out there, if you're single, make sure that's the person you're dating is, you know, available before you get too emotionally involved here. Okay, now let's see here. This is going to be your yes, no, maybe kind of. There's 40 different answers, but ask your yes or no question for the lots of answers for Libra. It says eventually, so it could be a delay. And then finally we're going to do the lots of proverbs, and this is just a little bit of wisdom, it's 40 different ones. Let me try to get one out for Libra. And Libra, you have, it says the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Wow. Well, there is this death card here, so something is falling away in your life, Libra. But hopefully, it certainly looks good. I mean, you get 10 of Pentacles twice, and everybody's, everybody wants you, or they're competing for whatever you have. If it's an item you're selling, I'm hearing you can't keep it on the shelves. They can't keep it on the shelves. It's just like a craze or something. So a lot of nice prosperity and money coming for you, Libra. Okay, let me move these cards, pick up all this stuff, and then we're going to move on to our next sign, is Scorpio, who will be the 8th reading, number 8 of Scorpio. And I just want to put a little tick mark to make sure I don't lose my place. Okay, let's shuffle up for our Scorpio friends, for Scorpio Sun, Rising, Moon, or anybody who has prominent Scorpio. I can't get them to grab it here. Scorpio in their chart. Again, we're using, of course, the Rock and Roll Tarot deck. And then we're also using the Wandering Star, if you didn't watch the intro. And these decks and the lots and everything, there'll be links in the description if any of you want to get involved with that for yourselves. Okay, what's going on for our Scorpios? I just feel like I'm not done shuffling. Sorry, Scorps, I want to make sure I got you really in here. Scorpio Sun, Rising, Moon, or anybody who's Scorpio, prominent Scorpio in their chart. This is for January 2023. What do we got? 10 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, 6 of Cups, and then move these piles and get the last one. We've got the High Priestess. I know that you can't see them. I'm going to fix it. Give me a sec here. Okay, and then we're going to do the next 4 cards, and this is for Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Rising, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Sun, Rising Moon, Rising Moon. Anybody who has Scorpio in their chart. Scorpio. Scorpio, 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 Scorpio. Let's see what we get. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Death, decision, 2 of Swords, and then death, and then 6 of Cups again, lined right up with itself. Look at that. Wow. And then 4 of Pentacles. You don't see that very often. Where you see the same card come out, from both decks, but when they line up right there, I mean, this is the hub of the reading. This is the most important thing, the 6 of Cups. So this is, 6 of Cups is connecting with the past, connecting with children, something from the past coming back in a wonderful, loving way, an exciting, wonderful, loving way, beautiful energy. You had a feeling. You've got this High Priestess over here. You trust that High Priestess energy. Even though a lot of you can't see, you've got the blindfold on over here. You're trying to, this could be trying to make a decision, but what I really feel is you're trying to figure it out. You're trying to figure out what happened, or what, there's something you're really trying to figure out, and you're going to get the answer within. You've got to trust that inner knowing. Trust that inner knowing. The death is here. I mean, there could be a big change. The change of this not knowing is going away. But you knew it all along, Scorpio. You're so intuitive. You're so, you always are intuitive. You always got that inner guidance. Scorpios and Pisces, I always say, are the most psychic signs of the entire zodiac. So no matter what placement you have in Scorpio, you're probably fairly psychic. Here's another thing. Scorpio, you rule the 8th house, you rule death, and you might be talking about tuning in and being psychic and everything. There could be a message from somebody from the past who is on the other side. So if you're seeing things, and you're I'm picking up I'm driving around and I see a license plate with their name on it, or their birthday, or a billboard, or I see a sign or something, a sign, or a literal, a psychic sign that there's going to be some kind of, while traveling, there could be some kind of message about these people. Or, you know, what they just showed me is the spot where one of my friends died. Or you might be driving by the spot if they were in a car accident, or even like every time I drive by the funeral home where my brother was, I always get a little upset. I try to not drive by there. But something out on the road, and it's going to remind you of them, and that's going to be a little bit of a message, a psychic message here. But you got this Ten of Pentacles here. So there's some kind of money, and there could be news coming about money in air. Now we're going to have the sun will move into Aquarius after the 20th. So it could be something going on after the 20th. You got these couple of twos here too, so it could be 2020. The other thing is there's going to be a new moon in Aquarius also on the 26th. So you've got this news coming in air. Could be something going on right around that time between the 20th and the 26th. And then you've got 2-6 here. You got a 6 here as well. Big changes. Maybe communicating with the dead. Maybe messages from the dead. Even 4 Pentacles. You know, there's some kind of money. There's some kind of, I want to tell you that there could be some kind of a gift of money. Some kind of, maybe an inheritance. But for some of you, I feel like this is some kind of year-end bonus that you're getting it a little late. Or maybe it's even if you were involved in some kind of payout for, you know, some kind of payout. It feels like it's coming a little bit later. And it's going to go ahead and give you, with this 4 Pentacles, I'm feeling it's going to give you some kind of a nice, what was that noise? Oh, the box over here. It's going to give you some kind of a nice foundation. Some kind of a very nice foundation to build, maybe build a new business or some kind of invest in maybe stocks or different things. And it looks like it's going to be very profitable for you. That's what I'm hearing. Very profitable. Okay, let's get the animal totem here for our Scorpio friends for the month of January of 2023. 6 of Cups, something with children though, emotional connections from the past. Sometimes it's feeling like your old self again, but it feels very much emotionally relationship oriented here. You might be having dreams about them or somebody who's passed on, something like that. I'm scooting over. Let's make some room for our animal totem for Scorpios. What do we got? The owl. Ooh, love that. The owl is wisdom. The owl is the wise elder. Many times the owl is associated with dead because it's of the night. You know, it's a creature of the night. It's a nocturnal. It is associated with, like, if you see that, it could be a spirit of somebody who's passed over. If you see owls, that's the thing. Silent flyer of the night, occult messenger of the spirit realm. Transmutation through expansive vision, clearing of obstacles at a miraculous rate. Yeah, I like that. And I like that the owl also lines up with the high priestess, too. You know, it's bringing forth that spiritual, mystical energy that you're so much, is so much a part of you, Scorpio. Okay, so again, there's 40, these have 80 lots in the Lots of Love. So I'm going to just pull one, but if you were playing with them yourself, you might want to grab a few or a handful. But what's our Scorpio Lots of Love message? You've got mingle. Yeah, that's the thing, Scorpio. You know you can be. You might run into somebody from the past. For somebody, for sure, there's a thing here. You're gonna run. You thought they were married, but they've since gotten divorced, or even their spouse may have died. They're free again, though. I'm getting that big time. And it's somebody that you always had a connection with, and you're gonna maybe run into them again. Okay, let's go on to the next one. This is like a yes. No, ask your yes or no question. There's 40 different possible answers. For Scorpio, it says soon. And then finally your proverb, which is just a little message, just a little spiritual message for you for the month of January. You've got, be yourself because everyone else is taken. Yeah, I like that. I love that. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, be yourself. I mean, Scorpios, you pretty much, you know, Scorpios aren't ones to really be too worried about when anybody else is thinking. That's been my experience with Scorpios. You are yourself all the time here. With this message and the 6 of Cups here, it could be like getting back to your true self. Maybe you've gotten tangled up, as we do. We get tangled up in a whole bunch of stuff. Tangled up in blue. I think that's Bob Dylan. Is it Tangled Up in Blue or Tangled Up in something? This so reminds me of the Dead, you know, the Dead too, with the skull, obviously. But I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, get back to your true self. Maybe you veered off. Maybe because of your job or other things, you've kind of gotten a little, things have changed and you're not as much your true self anymore. So, yeah, I think that's a good one. Okay, let's go ahead and put these back in the thing, and then we're going to move on to our next sign, which of course is going to be our Sagittarius reading as soon as I get these all picked up and moved. What's going on for Sag? I thought there was something. Jupiter's going to be changing signs, but not quite yet. And the reason I bring up Jupiter for you guys is that because Jupiter is your ruling planet. So every time Jupiter makes a move, you're going to feel it. Jupiter is your ruling planet. But let's see here. What's going on for our Saggies for the month of January of 2023, Sagittarius? What is going on? 1, 2, 3. Ooh. This is definitely wants to come. This is going to be an important person, this King of Swords, because let's see, we got the Tower, and then we've got the World. They're going to give you the World, or they want to give you the World. This King of Swords does. Okay, let's get on to the next part of the reading, the next deck we're going to use. And that first one, of course, the first row is the Rock and Roll Tarot deck. And then the second row is the Wandering Star. And there'll be links in the description for all the things used, including the lots that I'm going to pull. Lots of love, lots of proverbs, lots of answers. Okay, the Sagittarius. I'm hearing this song that I always sing for my dog. But I'm hearing it, Sagittarius. But it's the song that I sing to my dog. It's one of maybe 10 to 15 songs that I make up about my dog. But the one that I did with Rocco, it's like, Rocky Rocco, he is a crazy pants. When he gets excited, I go, Rocky Rocco, he is a crazy pants. Rocky Rocco, he's such a crazy pants. Rocky Rocco, he is a crazy pants boy. But I was hearing it, Sagittarius, you're such a crazy pants. Let's get your card, Sagittarius. He's come in the room. He knows this song. You know your song, don't you? Rocky Rocco, he is a crazy pants. This is not for you, though. Well, Rocco's a Sagittarius, though. Oh my God, I just realized that. He's born on November 26th, I think. Yeah, you are a Sagittarius, aren't you? Okay, buddy. I put on the reading. Don't tickle me. No slobbing on me. Okay, you got 8 of Pentacles, King of Swords, twice. There's another one. This is the second time this has happened. Knight of Swords, and then we got the whole family now. Finally, the King of Wands. Okay, well that's you. Male or female, there's no gender in these readings, so that's you. You're the King of Wands. And you've got these King of Swords is going to be so important. And didn't I say that at the beginning because it was hanging? Yeah, the King of Swords is going to be very important to many Sagittarians out there. So, who's the King of Swords? No gender, but could be an air sign. Okay, buddy, I know I was singing your song, but I wasn't calling you. One out. One. I'm going to finish the reading. Anyways, back to you, Sag. This looks just like some guy I know. This is a new deck I just got. I don't have to show him this card. I'm going to send him a picture and show him this card. But it's freaking me out how much it looks like him. But anyways, talking about King of Swords. Okay, King of Swords. Air sign energy. Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. We're going to be in Aquarius after the 20th. The sun will move into Aquarius in January. And not only that, on the 26th of January, we're going to have a new moon in the sign of Aquarius. So, big concentration of air sign energy or Aquarius energy. A lot of times, here's another thing about the King of Swords in particular, though. The King of Swords often is a lawyer or involved in legal matters in some way, but very often he's a lawyer. He or she. Doesn't have to be, no gender. And judging by, we can't ignore, you do have the Tower here. Somebody might be filing bankruptcy, that might be happening, but whatever's happening with this Tower, that's this breakdown. Things are changing. Breakdown, go ahead and give it to me. Breakdown's alright. It's alright. I'm way out of key. It's dun, dun, dun. It's alright if you love me. It's alright if you don't. I'm not afraid of your running away, honey. I get the feeling you won't. Baby, baby, break down. That was always, I always did the background on that one. It's got a Fender Rhodesy keyboard riff in there too. But anyways, I'm getting off track. Yeah, Tower's a big disruption. But they're saying break down. So something had to break down. Buddy, please get out of the room now. Out. Yeah, something had to break down in order for this world to open up to you. And the King of Swords is part of this world opening up to you, Sagittarians. He's showing up twice again. For some of you, too, this could be somebody that you used before. You might be calling him up again. It's like, well, we used this lawyer in the past, and we better call Saul. I don't watch that show, but I've heard of it. A lot of people do. But he's a lawyer, I believe, too. But there's a better call. I heard that. Better call so-and-so. It's a name that you've used before, and you may be needing their services again. Let's put it that way. Because this money thing, there could be some money things, and I feel like they're going to help you sort this out, too. I mean, maybe even somebody might be suing you, or you get in a car accident. God forbid, hopefully not. Be careful. I'm not predicting that. But there's something here with this Tower, but it's leading to the World. And the World is one of the best cards in the entire deck. It's opening up all these things. Eight of Pentacles, something that you're really working on, too. I feel like people are going to be taking notice of it. Because I look at this King of Rods, which is you. You're the fire sign, male or female. But he looks proud. Doesn't he look proud of his accomplishments or happy? Or, I don't know, he just looks like proud to me. Like you really can accomplish something, or you really have accomplished something. And other people are interested and listening and want to know more about it. Some of you, because this Knight of Swords, which is also the same energy of this whole air sign thing that I just discussed with you guys. But some of you, there's about tiger. The name tiger. Like I used to have a cat named Tiger. Was my grandma's cat, and she passed away, and I ended up with the cat. It was a litter from a cat. My cat's litter was one of my cat's kittens, and one of my cats got out and got knocked out. And before I could get her fixed, she was really young, and so we had a litter of kittens, and my grandma took one, so I get it back when Tiger. But some of you, that's the thing. Maybe you have a cat named Tiger, dog, whatever. That isn't the dog in the Brady Bunch called Tiger as well, or maybe even. Maybe that's a nickname for somebody you know, or somebody calls you Tiger. But I want to really focus on that Tiger. I know that we're just leaving out of the year of the Tiger right now, so it might be even something that's been going on all of last year. This is finally going to get settled for you, Sagittarius, though, and I think I feel a lot of relief around it. All joking aside, I feel like a lot of relief around this, and the world is opening up to you. The world is your oyster. Okay, let's go ahead and get your animal totem for our... if I called you Libra, I know it's Sagittarius. I might have called you Libra because I'm looking at all this air sign, but this is definitely the reading for Sagittarius. Okay, Saggies, what is the animal totem for you guys? Swan, beautiful. Love the swan. The swan is, you go through this ugly phase. Sometimes you got to go through the ugly to get through the other side over here. Sometimes that's the case. And you might be going through some ugly over here, Sagittarius, but you're coming into this full, I love that it's going to line up with this world. That's the swan is, if you know the tale of the ugly duckling, we know that the ugly duckling was, teased and made fun of and everything by the other ducks because they were different and they weren't like the other ducklings, but it turned out that they were really a beautiful swan. Okay. And I'm going to put it right next to you, too. Here you are. You're the swan. And you got that bird on your shoulder, too. They were singing this song, but it got out it went away too fast. Something about something on my shoulder. I can't. I got a something on my shoulder. I can't grab it. It's gone. Okay, graceful beauty, loyal partner and friend, recognizing the divine within us all. Transformation, emergence of your true being, loving yourself at all stages in life. Yeah, just love yourself through this. There's some turbulence, but it feels like it's about to come to the end. And this is that light at the end of the tunnel. The world is a tunnel. You can look at it that way. One time I saw it as the birth canal at one point. Okay, so we're going to pull your lots. Lots, I have 80 lots of love, and we're going to pull one lots of love for you as your answer. I got attraction. So this, some of these could be romance. You've got these, the younger and the elder air sign, and that's a real good combination for you too, by the way, Sagittarius, because you're fire. Air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra should be a real good match for you, because air feeds fire. You're harmonious, you're sextiling energy with that. But let's get your next one and ask your question. Ask a yes or no question, and there's 40 different responses we could possibly pull. Okay, here we go. Seemingly. So that's a yes. It's like a kind of a, not a full-blown yes, but like seemingly, it is what it is. Okay. All right, Sagittarius, let's go ahead and get your proverb, your little bit of wisdom for our Sagittarius friends. It says, make love, not war. Well, I like that one too. I like all the proverbs. They're all good. Yeah, make love, not war. So, if there is something coming up, let the lawyer handle it. Go better call whoever. Shapiro, I'm hearing for somebody, or Shakowski, or Shapiro, or some kind of name with a SH sound at the beginning. That's real specific for somebody anyways. All right, let's gather these up, and we're going to move on to our next sign, which is the sign of Capricorn. Yeah, Caps, we're going to be happy birthday to all you January Capricorns, by the way. Which is probably, I always think of, because I'm a Capricorn, but I'm a December Capricorn. I always think of it's a December, but it's really, most Capricorns are probably January Capricorns. So, happy birthday. It's your solar return. It's your most powerful time of the year with the solar return. This is the time of year to really write your list. Make your affirmations. This is the day of your birthday is your solar new year. It's either the day of your birthday, the day before, the day after. But if you're doing it on your birthday, you get a safe bet. You're in there. So yeah, do that solar return manifestation. Make your list of what you're trying to create in the upcoming year. And it's going to be a very powerful time to do it on or around your birthday there. Okay, let's see what's in store for our Capricorn, Sun, Rising, Moon, or anybody who with prominent Capricorn in their chart. Oh, by the way, if you're interested, I do have that year ahead reading. That is the astrology reading. The year ahead regular readings won't be available till after the first of the year. So, but you can still get that year ahead astrology report, which is really in depth. It's really a good report, really a good value too. It's only $22. Okay, let's do our next row for our Capricorn friends, Sun, Rising, Moon, or anybody with prominent Capricorn in their chart. What's going on for Capricorns in the month of January of 2022? 23. They know. The guys know. Don't freak out in the comments. The guys know. We know what we're doing. They see everything. They see all. The all-seeing guides. They do see all, though. All right. Got a lot of pentacles showing up down the bottom. Well, not all, but a lot, but two. Anyway. All right, Seven of Swords. Something's being taken away from you, and I think it might even be a little bit, shocking, or maybe it even already happened. It almost looks like it already happened for some people. And it's shown over here. You've got it twice. You've got the Seven of Swords over here, and you've got the Seven of Swords here. And it's lined up with that Tower. For some of you, because this part of the Seven of Swords, not the second one, but the other one, lines up with this Nine of Pentacles, it could be a blessing in disguise. Maybe something needed to get out of the way in order for you to prosper. Or maybe some people, their company might be closing and their job's ending, but that's only because that's going to put you in the sweet spot. That's what they're saying. Look at the words on some of these cards. Like on this one, you have goals, potential, success with the Seven of Pentacles. And the words on this one is comfort, accomplishment, prosperity, stability. So I know Capricorn likes to hear those words. I know that's like, Capricorn's like, yeah, tell me more. I want that. That's exactly what the Capricorns are striving for. Both of these cards looks like, in the Magician as well, because the Magician says also you can work magic, But the Magician also says it's power. Power. I just looked down and saw power. Power, action, skill, power, action. But it's the individual. And if you look all the way across the board here, Nine of Pentacles is somebody working on their own, making their own way in the world, their own business perhaps. When you get Nine of Pentacles, and the Magician together, very often it can be having your own business. Very much so it can be. Seven of Pentacles, that can be that too. She's working along on her own here. So some of you might be breaking out and starting your own business. Maybe the job's, done, or for some of you the assignment is done. For some of you, you were doing some kind of contract work, and that assignment's over, but the next thing coming up is going to be really good for you as well. I believe that's a magpie, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's got the ring. That's definitely a magpie, because they steal their jewelry and stuff. I hope that nobody, make sure you lock your car. I'm picking up for somebody. Somebody's going to look and you got your jewelry in your car, and somebody's going to look in and want to get that. So lock up your car and don't leave your jewelry and stuff laying around where people can see it in your car. Maybe we can just avoid that whole scenario. You've got this moon and then Ace of Rods. So you're going to plant your seeds. What you're planting now, you're planting these seeds here, see? And then you're going to have this garden flourishing. It's going to flourish later. At some point she planted these seeds and now it's growing into fruition. Or maybe it's the stuff that you planted before. Maybe it's the stuff you planted back on your Capricorn new moon back on December, right around the solstice, December 21st, 2nd, or 3rd, right in there, was somewhere right in there. And you're going to start to see this growth, and you're going to see, you could really be you're going to go down your own path. I think your old path has just really run its course. If nothing else, that's what the Tower's telling us. It's just really run its course, and you're ready to go down your own path and start your own direction, your own, maybe your own business. For some of you, definitely could be your own business, or just putting yourself out there. Maybe joining up some kind of, maybe it's some, what do you call those, side hustles, or, one of those kind of things. Okay, let's get your animal totem. Yeah, magpies steal things, and they're very good talkers and mimickers. Somebody might be stealing your ideas even. I mean, I've dealt with that. I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm talking about, like, t-shirts and other things. I mean, people or even the videos. That's why I got to always say I'm Vickie Verlie at vickieverlie.com. Don't be fooled by imposters. I mean, people just, find something of your own. Everybody, you don't have to steal from others. That's what this card, why? Do your own thing. Why do you got to try to steal from others? Okay, let's go ahead and get the animal totem from Capricorn. Capricorn. The grasshopper, beautiful. Grasshopper's awesome energy. It's talking about major leaps and bounds, moving forward to major leaps and bounds. And the reason that the grasshopper hops from one leaf to the other is because it always wants to be in the sun. So when you're in the sun, you're shining. I was going to mention about this moon too, but when the moon comes up, I want to talk about the moon real quick, that we are going to have, on the 6th, we're going to have a full moon in your opposite sign of Cancer. And then on the new moon, it's going to be on the 26th in the sign of Aquarius. So that might be that new moon in Aquarius on the 26th. Well, I mean, if you're Capricorn rising and watching that would be the new moon in your second house of money. So you may want to plant those seeds around that new moon. Everything will be direct by then, too. We're going to have Mars will be direct, Mercury will be direct, and Uranus will be direct by that new moon in Aquarius. And again, that's on the 26th, so you might want to mark your calendar for that date. Oh, I didn't read the grasshopper. Health, blessings, fertility, the gift of song, inspired creation reveals your true spirit, reincarnation, discovering your soul path, advancement by leaps and bounds. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Move this out of the way. Let's go ahead and get... What I'm going to do is pull one from each of my lots. I have these casting lots that are available. And I like to just sit around and ask a question on my own and pull out the answers. There's lots of love. There's 80 of them. And then there's 40 each of the lots of answers or the lots of proverbs. We're starting with the lots of love. So this is going to be for your love thing here. Oh, it just says love. That's what we got. Normally when I'm doing it by myself, like I said, I would pull out a handful, not just one. But for this, I'm just going to pull out one. These are the proverbs, so let's pull out one from our lots of answers. 40 different responses. Ask a yes or no question, and let's see what your answer is. It says naturally. Okay, that's a yes if you didn't get that. And then finally, for our last card, our last lot is going to be a lot of proverbs, and it's just like spiritual message, really. Be the change you wish to see. Yeah. So maybe you got dealt a bad hand here, Capricorn, or something went wrong, but you guys always are. You always are. You stand in your dignity, you stand in your power. You do that anyway, so be the change you wish to see. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, let me gather these back up, and then we're going to move on to our next sign, which is going to be the sign of Aquarius. Happy birthday! While I'm getting the cards up, I want to just wish all you Aquarians happy birthday, for those of you that are celebrating in January. And even if it's not your birthday month, let me grab a sip of water real quick here. Even if it's not your birthday month, it's your new moon. So you get the one new moon and the one full moon per year, and yours is going to be on the 26th. There's going to be your new moon in Aquarius. So your solar return, your annual new moon, these are the times that you want to set your intention, Aquarius. You want to set your intention for your upcoming solar return cycle. Okay? So check, get your list. What do you want to manifest? Talk about what you do want to manifest, not what you don't want. So if you're saying, I want to get the hell out of here. I noticed that with me. I've been wanting to move for a while. I'm like, I want to get the F out of here already. And that's just talking about what I don't want. You want to focus. So switch that around, and then I want to move to a place that's this, that, and the other. Move it, change it around to a positive affirmation or a co-creation with the universe, rather than. Don't talk about what you don't want. In other words, just real simply. Okay, Aquarius Sun, rising moon. Anybody with prominent Aquarius in your chart, January 2023, what do we got? For Aquarians, let's see here. We've got the Five of Cups in reverse, looking at the past. Devil being in bondage to the past. The World, big time, good stuff. And then finally, the last card is the Three of Cups. Reason to celebrate. Well, it's probably your birthday for many of you. It could, but it could be some other celebration that's coming up. Get these laid out. And then let's get 4 cards also from these. That was the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, if you're just tuning into your sign only. This is my Rock and Roll Tarot deck, and then we're going to pull cards from the Wandering Star next. And then, of course, the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle card for your animal totem, for the finish up the reading there. Let's see here. What's going on for Aquarius for January of 2023. Got the Page of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, nice, the Strength card, and then finally the last card in the deck, or not in the deck, but in the reading, Six of Pentacles, getting recognition, or Six of Wands, excuse me, getting that recognition, that notice, people are going to notice you. Well, it looks like we're starting out the month being really focused on the past, and that's not usually an Aquarius thing, that's not usually Aquariuses are so forward thinking, but there does seem to be something that you've got to kind of get over the hump here. You're in bondage to it, you're thinking about it. For somebody out there, it's the first year that the loved one has not been around for the holiday. I think that's going to be a big thing. But there's much to be happy about. If you get out of this funk, get out of this funkiness, and get out and celebrate and mingle. Get out and celebrate, see friends, celebrate for your birthday. The world is opening to you. The world opens wide open, and there's some kind of celebration of, again, probably your birthday, but it could be a lot of different things. But if invited, do social situations. Good things could come from that. It can help you get you out of this if there is some depression. Page of Wands, news coming around some fire energy or somebody, a younger fire sign person. Let's read what it says here. It says good news and communication. Yeah, I like that too as well. So news is coming, and it looks like you're going to hear something about whatever you're stewing over here, that you're so in woe over, the woe. Or maybe it's just like woe, like W-O-A-H, like whoa. It could be that kind of woe. But it feels like it's connected to this. This is going to brighten your day. It could be an actual younger person. I feel like there's somebody that you and for some of you, even if you don't have any younger children or grandchildren or nieces and nephews or whatever, I feel like for some of you it might be just somebody you see while you're out in the park or in the store or whatever, something like that, along the way. Ten of Pentacles is here, so it does seem like this is some kind of nice money showing up for you. Ten of Pentacles is the highest money card in the deck. It says inheritance, family, and property. For some, it may involve those types of things. You know, strength is here. Sometimes strength is a card of waiting, that you're going to have strength and patience and all this stuff. But in this case, I'm feeling like this is going to give you some strength. You're going to be, this is going to put you in a position of strength where you have a solid foundation, or you have this strength. And they're saying, and the courage of the lion. I'm hearing it in French, courage or something. Or isn't that the heart is the coeur, the heart, Leo? Yeah, right. That's where the word courage comes from, yeah. And it's on here too, courage, strength, and control. Six of Wands, same as I was saying before. I feel like this is you getting some kind of boost. You're getting some kind of, I think a lot of it might be, there's money, so it could be some of you getting a raise, promotion, something like that at work, or getting the gig for somebody. Definitely is getting some kind of a gig, getting the job or the gig. But I feel like just being around people, not being sad, getting out there, that's just going to, you'll feel refreshed, you'll feel invigorated, you're going to feel, you know, better about everything. Life, and what are they talking about? Life something and the pursuit of happiness. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That was from the guides, okay. So I'm going to scoot these down, and we're going to make some room for your animal totem to put underneath here. Okay, what is the animal totem for our Aquarius friends for the month of January of 2023 for Aquarius? You got the bear. Yeah, bear is like coming out of the hibernation, or could be going into hibernation. You know, if you look at in the northern hemisphere, if you look at the actual, I don't even know if they have bears down under. I'm not sure, but I think of bears. We definitely have a lot of bears, different varieties: polar bears, grizzly bears, brown bears, black bears. We've got bears up here in the north and in North America, where I'm located, for sure. They have them in Germany for sure too. In the Black Forest, I think there's bears, but whatever. If you look at this time frame, as far as bears' hibernation cycles, bears are in deep hibernation right now. They don't come out till the spring. So it could be something like that. It could be like maybe you've been the bear because you're hibernating, or maybe you're just a bear. You know, when you say somebody's a bear, it's like they're crabby, or you know, it's a bear. It's hard to deal with. So don't be the bear. You want to set this year off right. You want to set this cycle off right for your solar return. But not bears aren't bad energy. Let's read it. Majestic, wise spirit, star brother from the north, retreat into the womb of the great mother to emerge anew. Define your territory, set boundaries, and create sacred space. You know, that's another thing that we don't think about sometimes on our solar return time, and that too. You know, we think about, we want to write down our affirmations, and we want to maybe burn a candle or this or that. You know, but we don't think about creating our sacred space. You know, that's another thing that you could really be focused on at this time of the year, especially again around that new moon of yours on the 6th. Okay, let me go ahead and get your lots of love. I'm going to pull one each of the lots of love, the lots of answers, and the lots of proverbs. But these are fun to play with. I play with them all the time when I'm sitting around watching a movie or something. I'll just be asking questions and grabbing them out of here. But I'm just going to grab one for you. And this is for our Aquarius friends for January. You've got mingle. Can't make this stuff up. Again, mingle is going to be so important. Don't fall into depression. Okay, next up we're going to go for this is the lots of answers. So ask your yes or no question. There's 40 different possible responses. This is for Aquarius. Let's see here. Affirmative, so that's a yes. But when I saw it, I thought it said affirmation. So again, do your affirmations. And then finally we're going to do lots of proverbs for just a little bit of wisdom. A little bit of wisdom message for our Aquariuses for January. I want this one. Make love, not war. Somebody else had that. I'm not sure who it was. Maybe I should take them out like I do the animal totem so they don't repeat. But that's the one you got. Make love, not war. And even what I want to tell you about this, Aquarius, is make love, not war, even with yourself. You know? Go out and be happy. Don't be home. Don't be, beating yourself up. That could be the war that's going on in your own life or in your own brain or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, happy birthday. Hey, if you want that astrology year ahead reading, then you can find that on my chart, on my site. It's only $22 for the entire year, or anybody who really wants it. Now we're going to move on to our final sign of Pisces. This stayed behind when I picked up the deck and moved it, and this one just stood there, so that's going to be your first card. 10 of Wands. But I'm going to do this deck first, actually. Rock and Roll Tarot deck. I'm going to do 4 cards for our Pisces friends. Is anything happening for you? Not directly, but, you know, a lot of planets are going direct. I think a lot of people are feeling the forward motion. Okay, Pisces, this is for Pisces for January of 2023. Pisces Sun, Rising Moon. Let's see what we get here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've got the Chariot, big success, soulmate card, beautiful. 9 of Rods. And then finally we've got the Queen of Cups, that's you. Doesn't matter where what your gender is. These are no gender readings. So that's going to be you over here, this Queen of Cups. And then we already have the first card. But we're going to get 3 more cards out of this second deck of the Wandering Star. First one was Rock and Roll Tarot deck, of course. And then Wandering Star for our next thing here. Queen of Wands. 5 of Cups, and 7 of Cups. Yeah, watch your emotions here, Pisces. You know, you're very emotional. You are the most emotional. You're the most psychic. You're very psychic. You're very emotional. You're very intuitive. These are all things that are Piscean for sure. And you're looking at these spilled cups, but be careful because you're creating a reality. The 7 of Cups is you're dreaming the dream and you're creating your reality. So you don't want to create from a space of sorrow or a place of regret or sorrow. You want to create from here, from passion and choice, and use that positive energy. There's definitely a soulmate around, and it's showing up in the form of this Queen of Rods. And again, no gender in these readings, so whatever your proclivity toward is who this person would represent. Queen of Rods is fiery energy, though, which is unusual because you would think that Pisces and fire might not get along, but you never know. It could be a lot of, you have to look further than just the sun sign. But it's showing as Queen of Wands as this soulmate energy. Wand energy, fire, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. Let's read some of the terms they have on here. Creative, leader, focus. Very focused person too. That could be a nice compliment to you. Yeah, you're the dreamer and they're the fire energy. Sometimes that could work really well for you because you have this. You're very much a dreamer, and you're very much tuned into the higher source and everything, and you're very much tuned into the collective unconscious and your spirit guides and everything. But sometimes you're not the greatest initiators. Everybody's got a role to play. That's what the guys are saying. So even if it's not a romantic relationship, for some it will be, for others not. You're going to be this fire. You need this fire energy. You don't need it, but it could be. It could complement. They could take what you're doing and really go and do it. So maybe you have this beautiful vision, like say for your website or something. Maybe they're the one that's going to piece it all together, and you just say, "Well, I like this image, and I like this, and I want to feature this," and like bam, bam, bam. Those fire people, they're motivated. They're on the ball. They're doers. They're go-getters, and they're doers. Okay. For some reason, it does seem like there's some trepidation around this soulmate energy, and I don't feel like there's any reason to be. I think that that's unfounded, is what I want to say. Chariot is here, so big time success for sure, can be big success, but you also may be traveling. If any of you are traveling, you could absolutely meet up with the soulmate. So this one was here. That was the one that I picked up the deck, and it was still there, and that's the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands talks about, you can be carrying some burdens around on your back. It may have been through a hard thing. So maybe it's good to let people in. Because, look, you're not even looking at the soulmate card. You might not even see them if you're so immersed in your own world even. Maybe not sad, but just you're so immersed in your own, whatever you're conjuring up here. Because it looks like you're conjuring up something for sure, Pisces. but you know, there's things that, or maybe it's just like, you know, you're so immersed in the creative thing, but you need somebody to help you get organized, because maybe you're so immersed in the creative, but maybe doing, you know, organization, or even like getting your year-end taxes together, maybe those kind of things are just very stressful for you, or too hard. It's hard, you know. You dread it because it's just. I'm kind of that way too. It's not that I dread it because I don't want to pay. I dread it because I have to do all this math and stuff, and it's just so tedious and aggravating to me. So maybe that could be it for some people, you know, because I'm very much Piscean, even though I'm not a Pisces, but I am a Jupiter in Pisces, and I have Neptune in the first house. So, you know, I'm very Piscean myself. You know, I definitely vibe with the Pisces energy, and I know that it's just like, ugh, I got to do my taxes. It's just like, ugh. That's the last thing. I just hate doing it because of the math again, not necessarily because it's anything else. So maybe that for some people it might be just somebody. They're saying somebody who picks up the slack. That's what they're saying. Somebody who picks up the slack, or they have talents and ability because it's fire and water. They have talents and abilities that you don't have, and vice versa. You have talents and abilities that they don't have. Okay. Okay, Pisces, let's go ahead and get your animal totem for January for a Pisces. Ladybug, lucky ladybug. Ladybug is definitely lucky. It says luck and good fortune. Things are going to work out for you. You may stumble upon something by sheer happenstance. That's what the guy see through it. All right, lucky lady of the garden, harbinger of happiness and joy. Rid my life of obstacles that are destructive to my divine right to flourish. Well, maybe it's just like, do my taxes for me, please. I'm not flourishing when I'm all stressed out about this. Or, you know, it could be some kind of gardening thing. Maybe you got to hire somebody to come and trim your tree, or, you know, whatever. It could be a lot of different things. All right, let's go ahead and get our lots. So we're going to do one lot from each thing. If you like these lots, they are available, and I sit around like I don't pull one. I usually pull a handful if I'm doing them. But this is going to be the first one, the lots of love. So this is your love message from the lots of love, and it says shy. I don't see this person being shy. I think it's more you. And this card can be like kind of like shy energy. So maybe somebody, or they're saying don't be shy. Don't be afraid to ask. That's what I really am getting. Now this one is the lots of, I want to do that last. Next, we're going to do the lots of answers. So there's 40 different possible answers. Think of your yes or no question. And I'm going to pull one lot for Pisces. It says definitely, sweet. I like that. All right. And finally, we're going to pull a proverb for you guys. Let's get that proverb out. That's a proverb. Just a little message for our if I called you Scorpio, I know it's Pisces. I thought make love, not war. That's been out, I think, but this is the third time that's been out. Well, Pisces, that's your jam anyway. You're not about war. If anybody's who's furthest away from the war in the whole zodiac, I'd say it's you. Yeah, so make love, not war. Approach with love, not war. Don't get yourself. What I get out of this card, even though it's really about carrying this heavy weight, I get a lot of stress about it. Ask for help when you need it. There's somebody, a soulmate is definitely there, that's ready and willing to help you, and they can make quick work of this. That's what the guide said. They'll make quick work of it. They'll bust right through it. Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in and for the January readings. I think I'm going to go with this format from now on. I think it's just easier to find the readings. Number one, that's one thing. But it's also going to be easier for me on the back end. I'm not going to be spending 10 hours editing and uploading and writing 10, 12 different things. And then, oh, that's what I forgot to tell you. I will leave a note in the Patreon thing. What I'm going to do for Patreons now is I'm going to do a similar thing to this. Where we're going to do a mid-month update for our Patreon people rather than the bonus cards, okay? So, Patreon peeps, you're going to get your mid-month update, a similar setup, maybe only 3 cards, I'm thinking, for the mid-month update. But we'll do that, and that'll be available for Patreon people. And in the upcoming year, as I start doing some of these live things that I'm going to be doing around the channeling and the books and everything, Patreon people, there's going to be a time where I want to get you involved with that a lot more, where you could be a part of the conversation. Maybe I've got some more things in the work for our Patreon peeps, because I do appreciate you all so much, and I appreciate everybody who watches these videos. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like buttons, comments. I'd love to read them. Thank you so much for all your support. Have the best month ever, and we'll speak again soon. Don't forget about the year ahead readings. Okay, or year ahead astrology reports, I should say. Okay, thanks so much. Have a great one. Bye.